Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel, Stock Advice. This is Renan, your host, and thank you for tuning in. I would just like to keep you updated on the stuff that are going on around us. But first of all, I'd like to thank all my subscribers, and if you're first time here on my channel, please consider subscribing and click the like button. It helps my channel to grow, you know but first of all, I would just like to keep you updated on what happened last week. So my last video is all about the Jackson Hole meeting of the Federal Reserve. Well, it happened on Wednesday last week up until Friday. So on Friday before noon, Powell came out on came out for media briefing, and kind of, it was a very short speech, like 8 minutes, but he kind of said something like, when you're indirectly saying something, what does he call, like, he kind of touched on almost about to say recession, but he kind of stopped short of saying that. But what he actually said was a, a long period of below average growth. So it's tantamount to saying that, like, to the American people, or to the rest of the world, that we're gonna go into a recession. um you know like, you know how do you say that, like, he's telling us that they're going into a recession, or the whole world is going to a recession, without saying we're going into a recession. So what he said was, um, there's gonna be a lot of pain, and uh, periods of below average growth, and softening of the labor market. So what does it mean? Like, when you said softening of the labor market, it means that, so the labor market right now is so tight that employers are pitching in bonuses, and high salary, just to lure in the people to their companies. So what he said was, there's going to be a softening. So instead of saying there's going to be job losses, he said softening of the labor market. So why did he have to do that? Like, the last time he came out last year, the same time last year, August, uh, he said something, that the inflation is transitory. So he was savagely beaten down by that. Sorry, there's so many mosses out here. So he was, you know, the market kind of took it like uh, you know on face value, that it will be transitory. But as soon as the market realized that what it was saying was they have no idea that the markets, once the market realized that the Fed doesn't have any idea of what's going on, prices starts ramping up. And especially when the fire I'm sorry, when the war broke out in Ukraine and Russia. So now what he said was, he don't want to put a term into, the he doesn't want to put that in, because when you say something about recession, it connotes, it has a negative connotation, like, there will be job losses, uh, store closures, companies shutting down, a lot of debt, people are going to be homeless. So that is the typical characteristics of a recession, when a lot of people are losing their jobs. So instead of saying like a term like recession, because because that is a really strong word. He worded it in such a way that you know people will think, what does he really mean? Like, but in theory, what he said was a recession, because below periods of below average growth. So what their target was 2%, and that's their normal average. So when their normal average is 2%, and the GDP is growing by 1%, 1.25%, it means that the economy is contracting. It's contracting. It is losing steam. There are pockets in the economy that are not performing well. So it means that a recession is happening. So he kind of stopped short of saying that a recession, they're going into a recession, that the whole world will be facing a world recession. So instead he worded it like, okay, uh, we're gonna be facing a prolonged or a periods of below average growth. So that's kind of saying, like I said earlier, that you know came on national TV, that we are going into a recession without saying they're going into a recession. So if they're already pricing in a recession, I think so should we, right? So we have to prepare for what's gonna happen in the next 6 months to a year, because it's gonna be brutal. So I'll leave you with that. I'll thank you so much for watching. Again, this is Stock It Wise. This is Raynan, and I'll see you again next time.